honoring someone goes on throughout your life.
Quebec reached another grim pandemic milestone, 15,000 deaths related to COVID-19 since the pandemic began. Remembering those who passed alone, isolated, separated from loved ones is important. And experts say families who experience these losses have had to grieve differently amid the ongoing pandemic.
When your special person dies, whether it's COVID or anything else, it's not about the numbers, so it's not about, oh, this many people die of cancer every year. If it's your person, then it's not about the numbers, and the same with COVID.
Pandemic restrictions robbed many of paying tribute to those who died, limiting the number of people at funerals to postponements of final farewells.
Usually in times of trouble, we come together, we're tribal. So we gather in halls and churches and homes, and with COVID, we could not. And so it went against our natural instincts to come together. And that really did a number on our psychology.
Jean-Marc Barrault, University of Montreal professor, conducted research on the impact of pandemic restrictions on the bereaved, finding 3 common aspects that increase suffering: the absence of ritual, unable to see their loved ones before burial or cremation, and not having social support.
L'étude a conduit.
The study led to revealing and updating the fact that the pandemic and all its sanitary measures had led to making mourning extremely complicated. Barrault gives the example of the thousands who've been honoring the late hockey legend Guy Lafleur, saying this coming together helps people grieve.
Ils ont pu se voir.
They were able to see each other, they were able to meet, they were able to talk to each other. During the pandemic, there wasn't that.
I want to make it clear that there's never any closure on grief, okay? That would imply that we do something and then it's over and that's it. You have to understand that we love someone real time. So even if they've been dead for 20 years, we still love. My mother died 28 years ago. I love her right now, this moment.
One doesn't have to go through grief alone, says loss and grief specialist Natalie Segall. Asking for help is important. As for Barrault, he agrees, saying those who've had to mourn during the pandemic is a public health issue.
Quelles que soient nos cultures.
Whatever our cultures, whatever our languages, I want to say that it is really important that we are together to help people who are suffering, because there is a lot of suffering behind that.
The summer's coming. We can be outside. We can connect, remain hopeful. We've been through other things before, in our time here on Earth. Be hopeful.
In Montreal, Pamela Pagano, City News.